Good afternoon to everybody. We'll now start. First of all, I'd like to welcome everybody to this pep talk this afternoon. Please mute yourself, but always show your video picture. Sign in your name, your Facebook account, or email address in the chat box. Please include the names of companions attending with you. Use the chat box to ask questions and make comments while the pep talk is on. There'll be group pictures at the start and end of the pep talk, so please show your face in the video. A reminder after the pep talk is to take the online Learning Cum evaluation test exercise for mastery of learning and have a perfect score to get a certificate like the one shown here. I have placed the link in the chat box. Another reminder, obtaining 25 or latest certificates will entitle one mentee to a voucher for a RO host on medical consultation, either face-to-face or telemedical. Another request, please type in your feedback in the chat box during the open forum before we adjourn. Thank you. Let's now have a group picture taking before we start the pep talk proper in 2 minutes. Please turn on your video now. Show your faces. Okay. Show your faces. Okay. Jen, Belet, Charita, Christy. Wala pa si Christy. Lorly. Where's your picture, Lorly? Wala? Okay. Ready? One, two, three. I have a patient empowerment program in which I like to empower the lay people or patients to take control in the management of their health. I started the pep talk on May 15, 2021 during the COVID-19 pandemic. There are 3 courses in the pep talk. I completed the core course on October 9, 2021. And then from October 23, 2021 onwards, I've been tackling health disorder and health issue courses. May 18, 2024 marks the start of year 4 of RO Hoson Pep Talk. How long the pep talk will last will depend on our enthusiasm, discipline, and perseverance. My pep talk today is entitled Patient Story. TLT means tell, learn, and teach. Armpit mass in the female, how to manage. The empowerment objective is for the lay people to have an essential understanding on how to manage an armpit mass in females. Contents will be the following. I will be telling this story and then I'll discuss some of the learning points and also to teach you on how to diagnose, how to recognize, how to manage a patient with an armpit mass in a female. And the other More specific topics will be what is an armpit mass, how to diagnose an armpit mass in the female, and how to treat an armpit mass in the female. Bakit female? Kasi ito yung more commonly seen in or females mas maraming nagko-complain ng female with an armpit mass kaysa lalaki. That's why I focus on females. Disclaimer, the R.O. Hawson Pep Talk contains the R.O. Hawson's thoughts, perceptions, opinions, and recommendations culled from the personal experiences of R.O. Hawson and also from the writings of other health professionals. So let's go to the story. Armpit mass in the female, how to manage. A 30-year-old Filipina consulted me in February 2025, this year, for a right armpit mass noted in December 2024. So that's about 3 months after. She previously consulted a primary care physician for the same concern, armpit mass, and was advised to have an ultrasound of the breast. When she consulted me for the first time in February, she brought with her the ultrasound report ordered by her primary care physicians. When I examined her right armpit initially, and then her breast, and then the left armpit in kabila, then in-examine ko, okay, I had the following findings. So there was a 2 centimeter here, firm, solid, non-tender mass in the right armpit or axilla. Medical term for armpit is axilla, which is quite superficial, mababaw lang, just below the skin, where the armpit hair roots are located, yung mga hair and toon. So sa ilalim ng area na yon, andun ko nakapa yung bukol na yon. So with no redness on the skin. There was no dominant mass on the breast. Kinapa ko rin ang breast. Wala namang bukol sa suso. And then, there was no dominant mass on the left armpit. Wala. So because of these findings, my primary clinical diagnosis before looking at the ultrasound, that's usually my practice is to examine the patient first before looking at the mga laboratory, mga X-ray, ultrasound that were done before by other doctors. So I usually do that. So my primary diagnosis was a mass related to her armpit hair roots, yung mga buhok sa armpit. Na? Most likely inflammatory. Yan ang usual cause. Pag may mga bukol related to the mga buhok, dun sa may kilikili, usually inflammatory yun. So I don't think it was an armpit lymph node as it was superficial, mababaw, not deep. So because lymph nodes are usually deeper in location by palpation. Then I took a look at the ultrasound report and I was surprised with what I saw. So this was the ultrasound report shown to me by the patient. So there was a solid nodule on the right axillary area. Yan ang nakita ng ultrasonographer. Pero binasahan siya ng BI-RADS 4A, meaning low suspicion for breast cancer. So outrightly, I disagreed with the diagnosis of the radiologist in which he or she suspected breast cancer. Something related, the axillary mass is related now to the breast or possible breast lesion. And here he was suspecting, or she was suspecting a possible breast cancer, to which I disagreed. I asked the patient to have a repeat ultrasound of the breast in another institution, parang second opinion. So the repeat ultrasound showed the following. This time, from BI-RADS 4, naging BI-RADS 2. Okay. Benign findings. So for me, this was good enough but it should be BI-RADS 1, negative findings on the breast. So when I say it should be, kinokorek ko lang yung diagnosis ng radiologist. Kasi wala naman nakitang bukol sa breast. So dapat normal, negative findings. Okay? So ito kasi ang sinabi dito sa report, normal sonogram on both breasts. So pag the moment sinabi ng normal, dapat negative findings. So which should be BI-RADS 1. Okay? Pero nilagay niya BI-RADS 2, which is good enough. At least hindi siya suspicion for cancer. So the real findings as shown in the ultrasound, repeat ultrasound. So there were subcutaneous masses. Subcutaneous means just below the skin on the in the armpits with inflammation on the right armpit mass. So nothing to do with the breast. So meron siyang mass sa kilikili pero walang kinalaman doon sa breast. Kaya yun din ang suspetsa ko when I examined her. So I was correct in my diagnosis with the after being validated by the repeat ultrasound. So ang nakalagay dito, possible epidermal inclusion cyst with signs of inflammation on the right side. So what did I do thereafter? I advised the patient accordingly after the repeat ultrasound, the correct diagnosis, and not to be afraid of the suspicion of breast cancer. Then do a watchful waiting in the treatment and wash the armpits frequently with soap and water and always keep the armpit clean and dry. So I asked her to follow up and check up also with me. So a month after, March 30, I saw her again and the armpit already had decreased. The armpit had decreased to 50% in size. Mas maliit na. So most likely inflammatory. So wala akong ginawa, observe lang, and then just wash with soap and water, keep it dry, and then lumiit na. Okay. So this is end of the storytelling. Armpit mass in females, how to manage. Now let's go to learn and teach. What is an armpit mass? How to diagnose an armpit mass in a female? How to treat an armpit mass in the female? So let's start with what's the definition of armpit mass? Dali lang, ha? I'll just see if I can make this disappear. So an armpit mass, let's start with the definition of a mass. Kasi sinabi natin armpit mass. The other terms for a mass with buccal, lump, tumor, or dominant mass. Ito yung mga ibang terminology that we usually use. Sa Tagalog, we call it buccal, no? And then sa English, it can be interchangeably lump, tumor, and dominant mass. So a lesion which a mass is a lesion which occupies space in the human body where it is usually not supposed to be there. So when you say mass, it connotes some abnormality. Dapat wala siya doon. No? So it is a three-dimensional lesion, usually with length, width, and height. A lesion that which is any unusual when you talk about let's define lesion first. A lesion is any unusual or abnormal change in the body tissues or organs. So pag may lesion siya, and then it occupies space and three-dimensional and dapat wala siya doon, so we call that a buccal, lump, and tumor or dominant mass. Now, a mass should be differentiated from enlargement. Enlargement, malaki lang siya, parang muscle, malaki, wala namang bukol. So we call that enlargement. Swelling, ganun din. Walang three-dimensional mass. And prominence, kung saan may mga katawan sa yung katawan natin, may parting mas prominent lang kaysa the other side. Okay? But which are not three-dimensional. A dominant mass, a commonly term used in medicine, okay, this will connote a lump, tumor, or buccal, one that stands out from the rest of the normal tissues. So that's another terminology which we usually use in medicine. When you talk about dominant mass, it connotes some abnormality already. No, most likely it's a buccal, it's a lump or a tumor. Pag sinabing enlargement lang, swelling or prominence, hindi siya bukol. Again, a mass can be benign, not cancer, or malignant, or cancer. A mass can be caused by a lot of things such as inflammation. Pag meron kang inflammation, baka nagkaroon ka ng nana, may abscess, so may bukol na may nana. Okay? Infection, ganun din. Blood clots, okay? Yung nag-ipon ng mga dugo to create a mass. Okay? Collection of fluids, ganun din. Hormonal changes can also sometimes they cause a mass to be present. Degenerative changes, new growth. Okay? Ito usually kino-consider natin. Pag merong mass, we always think about the new growth. No? Okay. Whether it benign or malignant. So what is an armpit mass? Simply defined, it's a mass located in the armpit or axilla, sa kilikili. No? Okay. It can be both sides or one side lang. Armpit mass, again, it's located in the armpit. So this is an illustration, examples. Ito, medyo malit lang. Ito, there's a shadow of a mass here. Okay. Ito, may konting pamumula over the mass. So when you see redness on the armpit mass, most likely this is inflammatory in nature. So usually mga galing sa buhok yan, na infection ng buhok. Another one, illustration, may bukol siya rito, malapit sa breast, no, kilikili. And then here, another one. Here, another one. So ito, pwedeng bukol. We have to differentiate it from baka yung mga lawlaw lang ng kilikili. No? So it's not really a mass. So dapat kapain ng gusto. No? Pero pag may three-dimensional mass, bukol siyang tawag doon. Pero kung walang three-dimensional mass, kung parang bilbil lang, no, mataba, may mga fat lang ito, it's not a mass. Another example here, ito yung bukol sa kilikili, no? So nakababa ang kamay niya, so pinataas natin, mas halata rito. So ito, in-outline ko na, no? Okay. So in this particular case, it turned out to be a lipoma, no? Lipoma near the armpit, no? And then ito naman, again, merong bukol na may nana. So yun, may infection ng mga buhok nito. So, infection of the hair follicles, hair roots, and then ito, ganun din, mapula, may nana, no? Okay, so infection ito. So this will present also as a bukol, no? Kasi may laman na nana, no? Again, another one. Okay. Ito, may bukol dito. We have to differentiate it. Baka ito talagang bukol ito, pero ito baka lawlaw lang ito. Kasi dito rin may konting evidence na medyo saging yung yung armpit niya. Okay? Parang bilbil, no? Okay. So usually yung armpit mass can also be swollen lymph nodes, no? Pero yung lymph nodes usually malalim 'yon, no? So ito yung nakita sa X-ray, no? Ito yung mga lymph nodes malalim ito, no? So how to diagnose an armpit mass? An armpit mass can be caused by a lot of things such as inflammation, infection, blood clots, collection of fluid, hormonal changes, degenerative changes, new growth, meaning either it's benign or malignant, then others. So one needs to know how to recognize these various entities or causes of an armpit mass to be able to make a diagnosis. So dapat malaman natin mga usual causes and then so that we can make a diagnosis. Although most of the time, di rin natin alam yung specific causes. And after inspection and palpation, ito yung gagawin natin. Usually, the doctor usually also do that. Titingnan and kakapain. So one can use the process of pattern recognition and prevalence in the clinical diagnosis. Ano yung ibig sabihin ng pattern recognition? When you say pattern recognition is, first of all, you have to know the usual presentation of a particular disease. May pattern siya for a particular disease, then we call that, parang matching tag, it will be that ang diagnosis will be the particular disease na-recognize sa pattern. No? Okay. I'll give you examples later on. Now, after that, kumisan, lalo na mga hindi siya infection, may mga bukol siya, no? Pero hindi maraming possible causes, then we go by the more common, kung anong pinaka-common cause diyan, no? In the Philippines, in the community, okay, in a particular family, then we use that as a basis for making a diagnosis. So pattern recognition and then how common and how rare. So examples, ito yung mga how to diagnose. Ito, nakikita nyo, medyo greenish, no? May nana, no? Okay, mapula, no? So, ito, may bukol, masakit ito, may konting nana na, lumabas na. Okay. So, this is a pattern for infection, at least, no? So, presence of pus, yon, and then redness, yon, then pag diniin mo, masakit na masakit yan. So this is a pattern for inflammatory and infectious armpit mass, usually from the infected armpit hair roots. Yung mga buhok dyan, nanggagaling dyan. No? Okay. Now, deeper masses, yung mga mas malalim, no? These are usually lymph nodes. But which could, yung lymph nodes, hindi automatically cancer yon, no? So lymph nodes can be inflammatory, can also yung cancer, which could either be metastatic or primary cancer like lymphoma. Okay. So pag meron siyang bukol sa breast at tapos may lymph node dyan sa axilla, then we think of metastatic breast cancer. Kung wala siyang bukol dito sa breast at marami siyang lymph nodes dito, maraming lymph nodes sa leeg, maraming lymph nodes dito sa singit, then we diagnose it as lymphoma. So it's cancer of the lymph nodes. No? Okay. Ngayon, kung wala namang signs of na cancer sa suso, signs of cancer sa elsewhere, most likely, let's say kung meron siyang sugat dito sa breast, most likely inflammatory lang yon. Lumaki lang lymph nodes because of infection or inflammation from the breast. No? So this is an example of yung yung tinatawag na redundant arm, yung axillary fat. No? So nakita niyo, medyo pagtingin niyo, parang may bukol. This is the usual concern ng mga pasyente na pupunta sa akin. May bukol ako sa kilikili. So titingnan ko yung kabilaan, halos pareho, no? Okay. So pag kinapa ko, wala namang talagang bukol sa ilalim. So we call that redundant axillary fat pad or bilbil na lang. Na? So it's not a breast mass. So no need for removal when not functionally and cosmetically bothersome. No? Okay. Pero mga ibang pasyente talagang na-istorbo rito, then we have to do some surgery dito. Tatapisin lang naman ito. Okay. So this is redundant axillary fat pad. Ang clue dito that this is it, kung wala, yung walang bukol na nakakapa sa breast. No? Okay. Dito lang sa kilikili. No? Walang bukol sa breast, saka wala rin bukol dyan. Taba lang. No? So, how to diagnose an armpit mass in a female? So, the advice is first determine where the mass is located in terms of depth in the armpit. So, yan una. Kung may nakakapa tayong bukol, titingnan natin gano'ng kalalim, gano'ng ka, superficial, no? So whether it's superficial, if it's superficial, most likely hindi siya lymph nodes. And more likely, mayroon siyang skin or subcutaneous bukol. Pero kung malalim, most likely lymph node siya. Okay? So after that, we determine what are the causes of the superficial mass, axillary mass, and the mga lymph nodes that might be present. Then determine whether there are signs of inflammation. So after the bukol, unang titingnan, i-decide, meron bang inflammations like pus, redness, tenderness. Kung meron, okay, kahit na isa lang, kahit na mapula lang, no, doesn't have to be three together. Kung may isa lang, redness, you think of inflammatory armpit mass. So at least pag nakita niyo yung mapula-pula, at, at least inflammatory, huwag na kayo matakot na baka cancer o what. No? Okay. Pero kung walang pus, redness or tenderness, so it's not an inflammatory mass on conclusion. Okay. So this time could be a toss-up between is it cancer or not cancer. Medyo alarming ito kung walang pus. Okay? Pero kung may pus, mas kampante tayo, inflammatory lang. Pwedeng gamutin, in due time, it will disappear, the inflammation. So if the mass is at the level of the skin, then we call that a skin lesion. Ito, nasa balat lang, nasa kilikili. No? So depending on the characteristics of the skin lesion, it may be a cancer or not. So ito, mole lang ito. Ito, makikita mo yung sa skin, maraming variations ng yung darkness of the in color, no? So we think of melanoma, no? Ito. So ito pa other types of cancers sa medyo nawala. Nag-down ako, no? Ulitin ko lang ito, ha? So, pag kinapa natin, medyo at the level of the skin, yung bukol na yon. So we think of all these possible scenario diagnosis. Kung wala siyang characteristics of na cancer, yung mga gumagapang, kinakain, well-defined border, then we think of benign skin lesion. Na? Or dito, parang example, this one, mole lang naman to. Okay? Nevus, nunal. No? Ito, medyo kumakalat dito sa pupunta sa the border is not well defined, no? So we think of melanoma, no? Parang ito, no? Okay. So the other types will be basal squamous. So ito, yung doctor, yung doctor na lang makapagsabi kung ano. This is a pattern for basal, pattern for squamous cell carcinoma. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes po, Dok. Medyo choppy.
Medyo choppy, no?
Opo.
Okay. Pero bakit ayaw mag-proceed? Sandali, ha? Saan na ba tayo? Can you hear me? Can you
Yes
hear
po, Dok.
me? Okay.
Yes po, Dok.
Yes.
Sige. Tapusin ko lang na konti na lang, konti na lang. Medyo pangit ang signal dito ngayon. No? Hmm. So, if the mass kanina is level of the skin, pero kung mas malalim siya, just beneath the skin, no, then we think of a subcutaneous armpit mass. So depending on the characteristics of the subcutaneous mass, it can be cancer or not cancer. But most of the time, pag subcutaneous mass lang, it's not cancer. So non-cancer subcutaneous armpit mass are usually epidermal cyst and lipoma. Ito pinaka-common. Yung epidermal cyst, may mata. Yan ang clue doon. No? May mata. Okay. Dito, ito yung illustration ng epidermal cyst. Merong bukol dito, pero may isang tract palabas siya. No? Pero itong kung lipoma, walang mata siya. No? Usually malambot, no? Well-defined border. No? So how to, if a mass is in the level of the lymph nodes naman, kanina skin level, subcutaneous level, ngayon lymph nodes, mas malalim, no? Okay. So again, it could be inflammatory or cancer, whether it could be metastatic from the breast or primary lymph node cancer like lymphoma. Okay. So if enlarged lymph nodes are suspected in the armpit masses of a female, inspection and palpation of the breast are a must. So kung merong nakakapangkulani dun sa armpit, dapat examinin yung suso, no? Baka may connection. So if there is a mass in okay. Okay. Can you hear me again? Balik tayo. Can you hear me, Abe? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, Dok.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
Dok.
Balik na tayo. Matatapos na ito. Pagtsagaan na lang
Yes,
natin.
Yeah.
Dok.
Pangit lang yung signals eh. Okay. So if there is may lymph nodes tayo nakakapa, no? Dapat kapain yung breast. Baka may connection silang dalawa. No? So if there's a mass in the breast and the lymph nodes are on the same side, then isipin natin cancer yon, yung bukol sa breast. No? Okay. So usually metastatic lymph nodes would be the diagnosis. So in case of uncertain diagnosis naman, kung hindi tayo sigurado, then diagnostic test will have to be done. So usually options will be needle aspiration, biopsy, needle aspiration kung baka may nana lang siya, baka may tubig lang siya, no? Or biopsy, kukuha ng sample. No? Or you can do an ultrasound of the armpit mass, which may include the breast, if breast cancer is being suspected. So needle aspiration, tusok ng karayom, biopsy, kukuha ng sample, and then ito, ultrasound of the armpit mass kung of the armpit mass and also kung meron tayong sinususpect ng breast, now we also do a ultrasound of the breast. So, how to... Okay, sorry palagi nawawala. Okay. How to treat? Ito na yung last topic natin, no? So, depends on the diagnosis, no? Then, so the options will be watchful waiting, kung di naman cancer, na hindi naman kailangan gamutin. So, obserbahan lang, just like in this particular patient, inflammatory lang siya, inobserve ko lang, no? Lumiliit naman siya, walang gamot, no? Walang antibiotics, no? And then needle aspiration, kung may fluid ako sinususpecha, then we can do the needle aspiration. Sisipin lang yung fluid. Then antibiotics if the armpit mass is suspected to be infection. Then drainage, kung may nana, tanggalin yung mga nana, excision, with removing the mass. Kung cancer, cancer treatment. So, Parang in this particular patient, no? So I did a needle aspiration of the left axillary cyst, obtaining 120 cc of serous fluid with complete disappearance of the mass. This is an example, 2010 pa ito. I was able to pick up the records, no, to show you a diagnosis of a sample of axillary mass. Non-specific cyst lang siya. No? So, inaspirate ko lang. No? Okay, so that's one kind of gamutan. Okay, summary and takeaway. I have discussed all these topics. What is an armpit mass, how to diagnose an armpit mass in a female, and how to treat. Takeaway in relation to patient empowerment, be always in touch with reliable medical information on armpit mass in the female. Know the R.O. Hoson way of management, which may differ from other physicians' way. Knowledge is power, it gives power. Use the four Ks of patient empowerment, kalaman, kakayanan, karapatan, and kapangyarihan to gain greater control over decisions and make better decisions on the management of armpit mass in females as part of your health management. This ends my pep talk today on the armpit mass in female, how to manage. I hope I have empowered you to have an essential understanding on how to manage an armpit mass in females. So before we go to the QA portion, reminder, please take the online Learning.com evaluation test exercise for mastery of learning and have a perfect score to get a certificate like this one. And then obtaining 25 OLETE certificates will entitle one mentee to a voucher for a RO Hoson medical consultation, either telemedical or face-to-face. And then feedback, please type in your feedback to the chat box during the open forum and before we adjourn. So let's now have a group picture taking before we start the QA and interactions. Please turn on your video now. Okay. 1, 2, sandali ah. Music ko lang. Okay, ready na. Okay, habol. 1, 2, nakubad. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the floor is now open for questions, comments, sharing of experiences, as well as consultations. Sorry for that, pangit ang signals talaga ngayon. Actually, I'm using my mobile data, no? Yung Wi-Fi namin sira. It will be coming back probably in 2 days time pa. Yan, medyo mahina, no? Any questions on the topic? Who had experience with an armpit mass before? I suppose meron, di ba? Yung mga may infection sa buhok. Meron? Who wants, who wants to share? Wala? Walang gusto mag-share? Sino nagkaroon ng infection sa buhok ng armpit before? Can we have a raise of hands? Wala? Can you hear me? Naririnig ba niyo ako?
Yes,
Yes.
po.
Okay. Okay, akala ko walang sound. So, walang sa
Meron,
inyo
Doc.
na experience with an armpit mask before? Wala. Maswerte tayo. Na? Okay. So, yan ang isang issue nga kung anong mas maganda kasi mga babae, ang gusto niyo walang buhok, di ba? That's because of the culture, no, natin. Sa ibang bansa naman, sa Europe, whatever, no? Usually, they don't mind. Basta may buhok. Kung may buhok sa armpit, okay lang, no? Pero sa Pilipinas, no? Usually, ayaw natin may mga buhok sa mga kilikili sa mga babae. Di ba? So, usually, ang mga procedures that are being done, ahit, ano pa yung ahit, locking, no? Bunot, ano pa? Ano pang ginagawa? Yung
Wax.
wax, ano pa? Yung, yung tawas-tawas, ano ba yung
Wax po.
tawas-tawas? Wax na yon, no? Okay. And then
Um,
may mga procedure din sa mga derma clinics, di ba? Yung mga salon, no? Bibigyan kayo ng wax, yung gano'n. Para sasabihin nila, it will remove the hairs for 1 month, 2 months, hindi na babalik, di ba? Gano'n. So all these procedures, I'm not going to say that from experience, it's not one procedure is not better than the other. No? Pare-pareho lang sila. No? Okay, but just make sure that whatever you do, make sure to clean your armpit before and after whatever procedures that you're going to do, and then always maintain it clean and always dry. No? Yan lang ang tanging paraan to avoid yung mga infection of the hair roots, yung mga hair sa armpit. No? Okay? So, pag mababaw lang yung mga bukol-bukol na yon, usually kung minsan maliliit na marami, no? Infection lang ng hair roots yan, hindi siya lymph nodes. Yung lymph nodes mas malalim, no? Okay. Okay. So, anybody you want to share some experiences? Sharing? Meron ka ng karanasan?
ano, tinanggal lang po yung mga lymph nodes. Ikaw po
Ayo,
tsaka yung sa Singapore.
hindi. Kasi kasama ni sa breast cancer mo, di ba? Okay, kaya tinanggal.
Opo.
Pero
Opo.
naunang na-discover yung breast cancer, di ba?
Opo,
So,
Dok.
okay. So, yung iba naman kasi, yung iba nagpe-present muna ng bukol sa armpit, no? Kaya yan ang challenge doon, no? So, pag meron kang bukol sa suso,
Opo.
examinin mo na yung suso, no? And then, yung additional examination, which should always be done, yung examination ng kilikili, no? So, dapat ginagawa rin ng mga doktor yon. But a lot of doctors, they don't do it kasi sabi nila, magpapa-ultrasound na lang kami. No? Okay. So,
Mm.
di ba maraming mga doctors na hindi nag-examine ng mga katawan ng mga pasyente. So they would rely on the ultrasound, mammo, ganun, ganun. No? Which is not the ideal one. No? Okay. Okay. Any questions? Comments? Sorry for the poor signals. Na? Okay. Anyway, nakompleto naman natin sa tiyaga. Okay. Any comments from my son? Ray Benjamin.
Hello.
Hello.
I-add ko lang, parang common din makita na ano, na hello, hello,
Hello. Yeah.
hello,
Go ahead. Go
hello.
ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Ayun,
yes.
Okay, Doc.
common din, yun nga, yung mga lymph node. Pero hindi kasi lahat ng lymph node, like as mentioned earlier, masama. Maraming lymph node dyan, parang reactive lang to like an infection. So kung may mga skin conditions, mga rashes, allergies, usually nakakita rin ng mga enlarged lymph nodes sa armpit. Pero yun, usually reactive lang siya to like an infection or a allergy or skin condition. Parang common din yun eh, na cause ng ano, enlarged lymph nodes in the armpit, and that would present as a armpit mass din. Pero yeah, so dapat talaga parang important to correlate it clinically kung bakit may armpit mass yung isang ano, person, yeah.
Okay. Thank you for that additional comments. So, wala na? Wala na kayong tanong? Kung wala na, we'll call it almost 3 o'clock. Thank you for being patient. And then on this particular Zoom, because of the poor signals, but is natapos natin, we will not have a session on Holy Saturday, no, next week. So we will resume after the Holy Week. No? Okay. Okay? So,
Blessed Holy
Thank
Week,
you po,
Doc.
Doc.
sige.
Happy
Happy
Bye-bye.
weekend.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
Doc.
Bye-bye.
Bye po.
Bye.
Thank you po, Doc.
Bye-bye to everybody.
Bye, Doc. Thank you.